here with Hugh Thompson. He's the Senior Vice President and Chief Security Strategist at Blue Coat Systems. Thank you for being here with us today, Hugh.
No, thanks for having me.
Yes, and I believe the last time you visited us, you weren't at Blue Coat.
That's right.
So,
Yep.
Congrats on the new position.
Oh, thanks.
And Hugh is going to share a few things with us today about online behaviors and how they contribute to poor security. Can you tell us a little bit more about, I guess, the concept of securing the human? Like what goes into being safe online?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think one of the biggest challenges we have right now in the security industry is getting down to the question, how do we prevent a well-intentioned, probably pretty bright user from making a poor security choice? If you look at these advanced persistent threats or highly targeted threats or however you want to call them, the end of the story is often some sensitive piece of information got exfiltrated. But often the beginning of the story is that a well-meaning person made a bad choice. Maybe they clicked on an executable, maybe they downloaded a file, clicked on a link, went to a bad spot. And so I think one of our biggest challenges as an industry today is how do we help and prevent users from ever having to make that choice, first of all, and can we make users better? Mm-hmm. I think those are two very defining questions for us today. Part of the reason is that people have more choice with technology than they've ever had in the past. Maybe while they're on our network, we can see them, we can some degree set policy around what they can do. We have a set of safety nets that are built in, but when they're off on a personally owned device or at home or somewhere else, a big question lingers: how can we make sure that they still make good choices with our data and our systems?
Mm-hmm. And a lot of companies are moving, whether it's online shopping, banking, whatever it is. When you sign to Amazon, the computer already knows you.
Yes.
So how does this play into mistakes that we make or having too much trust, or some people just deciding that they don't want to click anything, they don't want to read any email.
Yeah.
So why is it important for the industry to know this, be aware of who they're?
Yeah, it's interesting you bring up Amazon. I go to Amazon and all I see is books on hacking, right? You probably said something about it. Yeah. My wife goes there, there's books about babies and cooking and that kind of stuff. It's a very personal relationship that Amazon has developed with me and with my wife. And because of that, they can serve us better, I think. Give me opportunities that I want to select, give me books that I'm more interested in. I think that the security industry, the future for us in some ways, is to become more personal with users. You think about how industries have evolved over time. E-commerce has become much more personalized. Things like insurance has become much more personalized. I think we have that opportunity too. And I spent a bunch of time watching the Olympics a few months ago. And one of my favorite events is the uneven bars. So you see somebody just propel themselves through the air, and it looks like something horrible is going to happen. And just in the nick of time, they catch the bar and move on to the next part of the routine. But I spent most of the time this year watching the spotter, the guy that stands underneath the gymnast and ready to catch her when he falls. And he behaves very dynamically, very personally. He knows when the gymnast is about to do something risky. The reason he knows it is he's seen her do it 1,000 times. He knows exactly when she's going to do that release where she sometimes falls. And you see him come in close, ready to catch her. And at other times, when she's in her comfort zone, you see him back off and let her soar and shine, and the camera snaps and you get the perfect photo. And I think that the reason that is possible is because of the intimacy of that relationship. In addition to seeing her do the routine a bunch of times, he knows how she did in practice this morning. He knows what she had for breakfast. He knows if she was nervous, if she got a disturbing phone call. All of those things factor into how he protects her. And I think that should be a model for us in information security, because people are fundamentally different. They have different security software running in their own head. We should respect that individuality.
Well, thank you so much, Hugh, for joining us today.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yes, he's a great wealth of knowledge. He's taught courses at Columbia. He's been the chair, the program chair at RSA for the last few years. So again, I'm with SVP Hugh Thompson, the Chief Security Strategist at Blue Coat Systems, and please join us next time.